Let's go. Are y'all here? Are we here? Are we ready? Let's go. Are we here? Hello? Are we here? Let's go. Guys, let's go. Oh my God, let's go. Guys. 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 Y'all, guys. Man, dude. Wow. 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 Man. Best game. Wow. Best game of the season. By far. Best game of the season. I'm sorry. Best game of the season. Oh, no. We're not doing Trey. So, no, we're not doing that. Everyone did their role. Everyone played well. There's no one I can... Well, there's one person. There's one person that got on my nerves. Just one, though. Just one. But my guy, bro, we got to... Woo. Yeah. I'll talk about Sochan because I think you guys are completely misguided if your takeaway from this game is like Sochan's awful. I did not look at the stats at all. Like I told you guys, I make sure not to look at the stats until I talk to you, unless they literally blast it on the screen, right? Like I know how many points Devin Vassell had, for instance. But other than that, I did not look at the stats. I just watch the game and kind of tell who's playing winning basketball. At least that's what I base it off of, right? Now, before we talk about that, as you guys always know, because I want to dive straight into this. So before we talk about the game, quick shout out to Sleeper. So big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this segment and this video and this live stream and this channel. Good stuff over there. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, you can go check that out. You'll get 100% match up to $100. Just use the promo code CLAN, as you can see right there. There we go. Link in the description box. Or if you don't care about that at all, you can go over to the social media segment and you can have section. I don't know why I always say segment, but you can see highlights. You can see injury reports. You can see updates, breaking news, all that good stuff. So go check it out. For the very least, download it because when you support the sponsor, you support the channel. So I really would appreciate the love, guys. Okay, guys, I want to dive straight into this. I'm sorry. I'm too excited. Just give me a second. Spurs. All right, let's look at the stats for the first time. I think people don't believe me when I say this is my first time looking at them. I truly don't. Go look. But by the way, isn't this so beautiful, guys? Look at this. Look at this, guys. How long has it been? Look at this. Look at all these W's. Look at all this green. Look at all this green on the left. How long has it been? Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that green. Oh, that makes me happy. So best win of the season, most impressive win of the season, and I'm going to tell you why, at least in my opinion, why this is the best win of the season. So first and foremost, before we even take a look at the stats, one worry I've had all season long is that I didn't think that the Spurs took out any legitimate Western Conference competition other than the Houston Rockets. I was really worried about that. Really worried about. We're winning the chip. Thanks for the super chat. We're winning the chip. 77-5 season incoming. You have to believe. They said we're going 0-4, 1-3 this road trip. Who said that? By the way, this was a game that I expect us to lose. So the fact that we won it is huge without Wemby and Castle. Huge. And I got some major takeaways there. But anyways, one thing that I was worried about is that we weren't going against any legitimate Western Conference competition. I mean, winning against any legitimate Western Conference competition. And that worried me. Like, yeah, there were some East teams there, like the Heat, the Raptors, some good teams in the mix. And then you lose, by 2 against the Lakers. Yeah, sure. But at the same time, I was really worried that we're losing so many of these games, or we just didn't really go against some like legitimate Western Conference This was some legit Western Conference competition, I think. And the Spurs showed up. And when the Nuggets went on their run, I said, oh, here it comes. It looks like they're going to break away. But we stayed in there. We absolutely stayed in there the entire time. Beautiful. I love it. I'm happy. I'm excited. I am here for it. This is the best win of the season, in my opinion, by far. Didn't have Castle, didn't have Wembanyama. You didn't really have a legitimate center who can guard. I mean, for good God, the Mitch Johnson decided to put Sochan on Jokic for a big chunk of it. Like, I just thought he was going to cook us. Nope. Spurs did a phenomenal job, and they said, hey, Jamal Murray, you're going to have to beat us. And he couldn't beat us, right? Because of this man right here. Right? All right, so first and foremost, going to the stats, let me go ahead and elephant in the room, because everyone's going to say, hey, you got to talk about Sochan. Okay, first off, I don't think he played that well as far as stat sheet, but he was very, very important in this game. So let's see here. Yeah, okay, only 4 points, a rebound. Yeah, it's nothing here. 2 assists. This doesn't look that good, right? Now, first and foremost, they did put him in foul trouble pretty early. I don't know what was going on with the refs. They were calling fouls left and right. But I'm going to say this. Sochan, the mixture of Sochan, Dylan Harper, and Champagnie, when they are on the court together, they play so well off each other, because basketball isn't just points. Basketball isn't just rebounds. Basketball isn't just assists. Sochan had some huge plays in this game, 2 of which, if you guys recall, well, actually, I would say 3. I'll go as far as say 3, actually. But he has some huge screens, some winning. This is just some winning basketball plays. He had a handoff to Champagnie, gave a beautiful screen, which resulted in Champagnie and 1-3, and we got 4 points off of that. And then there was another one which he did another really great screen. They fouled Champagnie again for 3, and then he got 3 free throws out of that. Then there was another screen that he had for Julian Champagnie, in which Champagnie was able to go for the floater, missed it, but got his own rebound and finished it. So, like, while on paper, yeah, Champagnie did his thing, right? He was excellent. He was great. And it looks like Sochan didn't do anything. That is not true. He did a really good job in what we were asking him to do. And, when he can't really affect the game in that way, his screens were really impressive. Along with Dylan Harper, how well he was playing off of, or they were playing off each other, Sochan and Dylan Harper. So he did good. He did really good. Made some good passes here and there. Some pass 2 assists in there. So just overall, what I saw, I wasn't paying attention to any stats. Like I said, I just knew he was doing a good job. So yeah, you can go away with all that. We're glazing screens. Screens are important. It's part of basketball. All right. Really good screener. Did a really good job. And it resulted in some big plays. Okay. I mean, that's literally the one Wemby weakness that people bring up, but sure, screens don't matter, I guess. Anyways, besides the point, Sochan did a good job, and defense, obviously. He did a really good job on Murray when they had him on him. Murray had nearly 40 points, but when he had him on him, he did a pretty good job. And for what it's worth, putting him at center and playing against Jokic, he did fine. Only so much you can do with that, but he did good. He was physical with them. He did his thing. So that's all I'm gonna say about Sochan. I'm not there's no, like, I don't want to hear that. Okay. Now I will say Sochan had a wide open 3 in there that pissed me off. I was like, you got to hit that, big dog. You got to hit that. That was wide open. But it's okay. My only complaint tonight was this is a super chat from Little Rock Doc. My only complaint tonight was some of the lineups. Harper had it going in the second quarter, and then Mitch pulled him after the 4 minutes, but probably the best win so far this year. The lineups is that was going to be my one complaint. Should I just do it? Well, super chat already brought it up. I'll say it. The lineups were really weird. It seems like Mitch Johnson continuously, how can I say this? He goes by what's on paper rather than the flow of the game. There was no reason. Let's just be honest. It's similar to that other game I was talking about when we had Barnes out there and he shouldn't have been out there. That loss against the Suns. But this one, it seemed like Dylan Harper was doing fairly well, and there was no reason to have De'Aaron Fox in the game at the end. Like, and even going into the fourth quarter, we could have stuck with Carter Bryant and some of the other guys we had out there, but we said, oh no, it's time for our starters to go back out there. No, that was not the play. It was very ugly. Thank God Devin Vassell was hot tonight, because that didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And you can even see from the plus minus that the bench, everyone on the bench had a plus. And I know it's little, Denver Nuggets starters are just so good. So, it would be a little different if, say, the starters were coming off the bench. But the starters all were in the negatives. Everyone was in the positive off the bench. So don't really understand why Carter Bryant couldn't get some more minutes going into the fourth. He made some really key plays. You had Dylan Harper with the hot hand. So the only complaint from this game is basically coaching and one other thing, and that's De'Aaron Fox. So De'Aaron Fox, my God, bro, I don't know what the heck that was. It felt like at the end of this game, hey, we pay you, go score. It was very frustrating. It was very frustrating. No point in that whatsoever. The best play that De'Aaron Fox made in the fourth quarter was when he passed up the ball, because he was absolutely awful at the end of that fourth. I don't know why we kept going to him the way that we were going to him. He did have 12 assists. He made some really good reads in there. But yeah, dude, no. Like, there was little to no reason I could think of to have De'Aaron Fox out there ahead of Dylan Harper at the end, other than we pay you. Woo. Anyways, besides the point. So this was basically, in my opinion, as close to a perfect game that we could have had. And if you guys don't know, I think I talked about this, or did we talk about this last live stream? It was a really crappy live stream because I had to do it from my phone. But last live stream, I talked about how the shooting guard should have, some pretty good games, right? We looked at the stats on that, and it looks like the Denver Nuggets over the course of the last 2 weeks weren't doing that great. But I didn't have all the faith in the world that Devin Vassell would be able to take advantage of it. Oh my God, did he? I think that this is even more of a reason for, I know it's just one game, but with Devin Vassell being able to actually take advantage of matchups, I think this is even more of a reason to say, screw it, Devin Vassell, start shooting guard. Like, I really like Castle. I really do. But I just think that you could possibly, I don't really want to move him to the 3, honestly. But you can honestly just have him come off the bench and we'll be sick, bro. Like, we'll be absolutely sick if you did that. And just based on what the game is giving you, you can decide who finishes, Like, we got so much depth. But I really like Devin Vassell being at that shooting guard so he can actually take advantage of his size, right? A lot of these matchups that Mitch Johnson throws out there, it makes it difficult for players to take advantage of anything. With the reason, I don't really elaborate on this much, but the reason why I don't like, it's just an example. I'm going to talk about other players too, but just talking about the Devin thing. A reason why I don't like Sochan at center is because one thing that is his strengths is his speed mixed with his strength, right? Like, I guess that's strength twice, but those are the two things that makes him really, really, good as far as like who he's matching up against. When you put him at center, his speed doesn't matter as much, and his size and strength definitely don't matter. So you just he's just no man's land, like there's only so much you can do with that, so you're just not going to get the best version of him, and what makes him good is he can amplify the talents around him. So it just really sucks that we keep putting people out of position. But Devin Vassell as shooting guard, I think this is even more reason for us to sit back and say he should always be a shooting guard. He should always be a shooting guard so he can take advantage of this. But he was really good tonight. Like, I'm not expecting him to go 12 for 17 much at all, 7 for 9. But hopefully this gives him a jolt of confidence. And he desperately needed it, man. He could not miss tonight. And not only did he need this, we needed it, because as you can see, the score was so close. But this is the type of game where it's like having a Devin really does pay off, because he is a third, fourth option, right? And every now and then when, your star puts up a stinker, you have somebody that you lean on. Someone is bound to step up each night. Somebody will. Somebody. Now, who else? Gosh, man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just excited. This is just a really good game. Castle trade bait? No, I didn't. No. What? No. Harrison Barnes went 1 for 6. I didn't even recognize he did. At certain points of this game, I didn't have a strong opinion on it, but I was definitely sitting back and I asked myself a couple times, like, why is Harrison Barnes out here? Especially when they kept putting Harrison Barnes on Jokic. I was just like, why is he out here again? But it's okay. Julian Champagny, he did his thing. He was absolutely awesome. Not only with shooting the ball, I mean, he went 3 for 9. He's not the best in the world, but not just from shooting, but I mean shooting threes, but he was finishing around the rim as well. So got to the free throw line 10 times, went 10 for 10. This is winning basketball. Did we miss a? Oh, okay, we missed 2. I was gonna say I don't think we missed a free throw tonight. Okay, 94% versus their 80%. That kind of won us the game right there. All right. So what else? Who else stood out to me? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to see. Luke Cornett did his thing. There's no one I can really complain about. I thought Lenny Waters was out there the perfect amount of time. You know, you couldn't have him out there too much, his defense, but he did pretty good. Carter Bryant should get more minutes. Sochan's minutes tonight was fine. Now, here's the guy I want to talk about, okay? You guys, y'all got to stop talking bad about Keldon, okay? Y'all got to. I'm tired of the Keldon Johnson hate. I'm tired of it, okay? Y'all got to stop talking about Keldon. All right? Keldon Johnson did his thing. You guys always come on here and you like, well, what about Keldon's defense? I don't want to hear about Keldon's defense. What? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Larry. I don't want to hear about Keldon Johnson's defense. You guys are ridiculous. You guys are absolutely ridiculous. I do not want to hear you come on here and talk bad about Keldon Johnson again. All right? All right? That's big body. All right? Tonight, he was absolutely awesome. Best game of the season. You would see, this is why stats don't matter. I would have thought that his stats were better than this. At 14 points, 8 rebounds, that looks like a good game. He had a great game. He had a great game. He had a great game. He was taking rebounds from the opponent like it was nothing. He outplayed everybody on the court. It was a deflection. I knew he was on one in the first quarter. There was a deflection that was just pure hustle play. Just pure hustle play. He was awesome. He was great. He was playing good defense. It was a couple times he missed an assignment, a couple times, but he wasn't the only one. I'm not gonna get on Keldon for that. You guys gotta leave Keldon alone, man. You gotta leave Keldon alone. All right. Weak rage bait. Y'all are ridiculous, man. Every day I come on here and I tell you guys Keldon Johnson is him, but you don't want to hear me. Y'all don't want to hear me. That's my GOAT. Put a 2 in front of that 3. All right. Put a 2 in front of that 3. I don't know why he just has a 3 on his jersey. Put a 2 in front of it. All right. He's the GOAT. He was good. Like genuinely though. He was really great tonight. I thought this was the best Keldon Johnson game of the season. Defense was on point. And you guys know, like, I'm super vigilant towards that because Keldon has made me mad in the past. So, like, but defense was really good. I thought I played his role. He's been playing his role well all season, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Nice try. You still not beating KJ Hater allegations. He did good. He keep this up. I'm going to go back on everything I said about Keldon. I'll go back. I'll say he fits perfectly. He keeps this up. Let's say it don't have to be the whole season. If this continues into like All-Star break, I'm happy. And I'm happy that I'm happy with Keldon. You know why? Because I like Keldon. Everyone thinks that I hate Keldon. Like, as a person, I love Keldon for this team. He's awesome. I want him to fit. I just didn't think he did, but he's doing well. He's doing well. There's a few other pieces on this team that I think Mitch Johnson needs to figure out. I wonder if it's a detriment, the fact that he does have so much talent to work with. I know that sounds a little silly, but like, there's so much depth. I wonder if that's like actually hurting Mitch Johnson a little bit as far as figuring out what he needs to do. But once we figure out where everyone can fit on this team, we're cooking. We cooking. But yeah, no, Keldon was awesome. They called him. He should have had more points than this because they called him on an offensive foul that was absolutely ridiculous. That was not an offensive foul. I mean, I guess you could say that, but yeah. And another thing about this game too is the refs were calling fouls left and right, bro. They called 22 on them, 27 on us. It was so many whistles in this game. So many whistles in this game. And it was at the worst time too. The Nuggets had got hot and it was just, oh my God. But the fact that the Spurs had a second quarter, and this is important. The fact that the Spurs had a second quarter in which they had 18 points and the Nuggets scored 41, you don't win that game. You don't supposed to win that game. You have no business winning that game. A whole quarter only scoring 18 into their 41. You don't have any business winning that. But there were adjustments, something that we didn't get last season. Got adjustments during halftime. I thought the third. Hold on. I think in the third quarter, the Nuggets started off hot. Or am I tripping? They hit a 3, then we hit a 3. They hit a 2. Yeah, so we were just kind of back and forth. But there were some good adjustments in there, and Spurs started getting going. They got going. Yeah, crazy great win, guys. I can't exercise that enough. Like, this is, we know that we're a playoff team, but this is without Wemby. This is without Castle. And I do not envy Mitch Johnson right now because I don't even know where some of these players fit, honestly. What I would do, this is just me. You guys can tell me how you feel about it. But I think this is what I would go with. And I think this is a good balance of defense, shooting, and then you're also getting the most out of certain players. I would go with De'Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell. I would go with possibly Harrison Barnes. I think Harrison Barnes or Champagnie. I would go with Sochan. I still say Sochan at the 4, Wemby at the 5, and then because I think that they play off each other pretty well. And I think you can get a lot out of that. But if you want to elect to keep Sochan on the bench, him with Dylan Harper is really nasty. I don't really like Castle being at the 2, though. I just don't want that to happen. I don't know. If he's at the 2, I want him at the 2 coming off the bench next to Dylan Harper. But he needs to be out there with the playmaking point guard. But nonetheless, great game. Beautiful game. No complaints. I mean, I gave you my couple complaints. Fox was horrible down the stretch. Mitch Johnson went a little bit too by the books. Like, oh, it's time for this lineup to be out there, not really recognizing the flow of the game. Like, Dylan Harper is hot. Carter Bryant is hot. Why are we going off of them? But that's okay. Guys, you don't listen to me, man. You guys don't listen to me. I'm telling you, if he had a horrible game tonight, I would say, Sochan looked really bad. He didn't. He didn't look bad. He made some really good key plays in there. He got some really good screens in there. I know it's like, oh, it's just a screen, but still, those are important. One of them led to a champion. Hold on. Was it I'm trying to remember what quarter it was. That Champagnie control. Oop, I hit the wrong thing. Control fine. Oops. Let's see. Because when Champagnie went on a little run, that's where that came from. Let's see. It might have been the 4th quarter. Yeah, I think it was the 4th. Yeah, it was the 4th. Because it was some key play. Oh, wait. Am I in the 3rd? I was in the 1st right there. Oops. Was it the 4th? Oh, maybe it was the 3rd. It was when the Spurs went on a run because we were down by like 50. And then we went on that run. Sochan was on the court during that run. That brought us back. He played really good defense and he got some key plays in there. I'm trying to figure out where it is. Is it this one? Jimmy makes 3-pointer. Jeremy Sochan assists. And yeah, it's this one. Wait, was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. This one right here. We went on a run. I know it says Jeremy Sochan assists, but it was a crazy great screen. Jamal Murray couldn't get around it. He was fighting over it because, be honest, Sochan moved at the last possible second. But it was a really great screen to force Jamal Murray into a really bad defensive possession, and he fouled Julian Champagnie, went to the line, and we got a 4-point play out of it. And then there was another one. I think it was the Dylan Harper one was a good one too, where Sochan helped him set that one up. But this one right here, see, he's not going to come up on the stat sheet. This is during a run. This run, you have 3 plays during this run, during this stretch right here, that he was directly involved. And then he had some good defensive possessions. So don't just go off of stats. We should know better. We're Spurs fans. We should know better. Go back and look at, well, I will say his shooting percentage is incredible, but go back and look at Bruce Bowen's stats. Go look at his stats and tell me how great of a player he was. We know he was great, but why? Come on now. But this right here, these 3 free throws, that was off of a really great screen from Sochan. So, yeah. Knock it off. Knock it off. And it also kind of screws us over when they put him at center, though. Because, like I said, he can't really take advantage of his speed. Definitely not taking advantage of his strength. Because his mixture of strength and speed is what makes him good. Can't really take advantage of that. And then on top of it, he gets in foul trouble because he's playing at center. He's playing at center. He's not like a defensive playmaker. That's not his strength. He just plays really disciplined basketball, disciplined defense. But when he get in foul trouble like that, then he can't be as aggressive as he wants to be, and that kind of hurts things. You know, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a rabbit hole you go down with him. But overall, like, yeah, do not take that away. This was a huge run right here. Huge run. Huge run. He was in the game that brought us from, let's see, we had 80 points up to 90. But this what helped the Spurs get hot right here, this stretch. And then he sat out once he got in foul trouble, and they called another foul on him. But then when we switched out, one thing I really love is when we switched him out, and eventually Carter Bryant came in. Carter Bryant did a really good job defensively too. So I don't know. Anyways, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, explain to me how this run went up, how we went on this run then. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care what you guys have to say. I don't care. I know I'm right. I know I'm right about this. The only complaint I have about Sochan in this game is he missed that wide open 3, which I was like, you got to hit that, because I think we kind of needed that in that moment. You got to hit that, right? But overall, he was good. He was good. He did well. And this stretch right here in the third quarter, that was winning basketball. You know, you chip away. Stuff like that is important. Really small plays like that. That's winning basketball. I could even see Mitch Johnson talk to him, like, kind of hyped up. I can't read his lips. It was too far away. But I can tell body language. Sochan ain't it, dog. Oh, I think you meant to say Sochan is a dog. I agree. Anyways, we did good. The whole team did good. No real complaints here. I was proud of everybody. That was a good team win. Everybody made some winning plays in there. Whether it be the stretch with Sochan, who was involved defensively and did a great job with screens and assists, or whether it be Keldon Johnson with his hustle the entire game. Beautiful. Good timely 3, mind you. Whether it be Carter Bryant, which Carter Bryant played 6 minutes, 1 3, 1 shot he made, and it was a big shot. Everybody had their hand in the pie, man. Every single person did a play or a few plays that win it for us. Devin Vassell and Champagny, they're going to have, obviously, all the praise for the game, which deserving so, 35 and 25 points. But every single player had a piece of this thing. De'Aaron Fox, I don't know what he was doing. But in the end of the fourth, he made me mad. But De'Aaron Fox had 12 assists. He had a big part of this puzzle, too. Like, a lot of eyes were on him. So keep that in mind, right? So when you sit there and you just say, this player didn't do that. This is winning basketball. This is Spurs basketball. Everybody has a piece of this thing. When the Spurs were winning championships, that's how it was. I mean, apart from like 2003, that was like Duncan versus the world. But usually Spurs teams, everybody has a piece of this thing. And their stats might not look the best. That's why I don't care about stats until I talk to you guys and I look. But everyone had a piece of this. Okay? Everyone had a piece of this. Everybody had a piece of this. All right? Keldon was great. Sochan did his thing. I'm not going to say Sochan was great. He's out of position. He did his thing for what we needed him to do. He made some key plays when we needed it. Right? Some huge plays, mind you, that got us back in this game. Carter Bryant hit a huge 3 that continued the momentum. Dylan Harper was torching them left and right. You know, he had some really good defensive plays in there. Lindy Waters hit a 3 early on. Like, everybody had a piece of this thing. Kelly Olynyk hit a timely 3. You guys ain't talking about that. Oh, it's just Kelly Olynyk. He didn't do anything. He hit a timely 3. This stuff matters. This amount of depth that the Spurs have, which each player is making like key plays here and there, is winning basketball. You can't just take these players out and be like, oh, we still win that game. I don't know. Sochan helped with that little stretch. Keldon Johnson had some big plays in there. Kelly Olynyk had that timely 3. Like, all this stuff adds up to the W. And then you had a couple players finish it for you. Well, Devin Vassell mainly. Finish it for you. That's winning basketball. That's basketball. Man. Y'all make me mad, man. Why does everything have to be like, this player give me this amount of points or else he was trash this game? That's not true. Watch the game. Pay attention. I think it's that Nugget stretch why he was negative 14. Eric, why Devin Vassell was negative 14. I think it was like he was in the game. He was in the game to save us on many occasions. It wasn't his fault. This is one of those like weird occasions where Nuggets were just their best players. They were playing their best when he was out there, but I don't think it was like his fault. Yeah, just the times that he was out there. He did good though. Happy to see the Spurs win the third quarter, especially after being down a decent amount at halftime. Yeah. But how did they win the third quarter? What did they do? That's what I'm saying. Nobody want to talk about it. Yeah, anyway. Whew. It's just winning basketball. It's not a matter of me being like, oh, he played great and you guys just don't know he played great. That's not true. It wasn't like a great game, but he made winning plays. That's all I care about. You made winning plays. A lot of our players did that. They made winning plays. You contributed. He contributed to that run. Whether you want to like believe me or not, go back and watch the game again. He contributed. Pay attention to the third quarter. Pay attention to who was out there. Paying attention to how people were getting their shots. Champagnie, like huge shots by him, mind you. Huge shots by him. I would say what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost half of his shots came in that third quarter. But yeah, we did good. Nah, you guys are tripping. I guess no one heard a word I said. Yeah, you need players to put up like 50 points, I guess, to show you that they played well. I wish they would just. I would just want all the stats to be gone. I want no one to tell you what the stats are, and then you can tell me how well someone played and actually pay attention, especially against an experienced Nuggets team. They went on a run, and we cooled down that run in the third. We finished them off in the fourth. Beautiful game. Awesome game. The ball was moving. That's another thing. Ball was moving. And this type of game made me convinced that we would have won by a decent margin with Wemby. There's no way we go 18 and they're 41 with Wemby on the court. No way. Also, didn't Cornette have a couple of blocks in there? Okay. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure he had a couple blocks, but I don't even remember the Champagnie block or the Fox block. Huh. Anyways. Whew. Don't expect this. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but don't expect this type of game from Devin every night. But I will say this. You being a third or fourth option, it's all you need from him right here, okay? Beautiful basketball. Beautiful job from Devin Vassell. All right, end segment. Yeah, you guys gotta look deeper, man. I love you guys. You gotta look deeper though. Like, when I feel like he's absolutely trash and he's put in the position he needs to be in, I'll tell you. I'll say Sochan was terrible. I didn't get that. I didn't get that vibe. Hey, who's the YouTuber? Who's that YouTuber that you guys got me on? Is it Basket Man? He posts all the Spurs stuff, right? Is it on there? That's our GOAT. Our GOAT has posted. Our GOAT Basket Man here has posted the post-game interview. All right. I'm excited to... What is this? Hold on. I got to shout out the sponsor. Shout out to Sleeper. As you guys know, Sleeper is a daily fantasy sports app. Please go check it out. You can use promo code CLAN and you get a 100% match up to $100. Go over there and make yourself some money. But I'm over here on the breaking news part. And what is this? Nico Harrison really thought it'd be a good idea to show his face at a bar in Dallas. Somebody texted, Nico Harrison just walked into common. Trevor saw him. Into where? The common table at the Star. Getting final details. What? What's going on? Huh. BJ Edgecombe is so good. What is this right here? Here's the clinching scenarios. Winner takes Spurs. Winner takes West Group C. I still don't understand any of this. And I don't think anybody cares, but we won a cup game, I guess. So, what is this? All right, last thing I'll look at. We ranked every team's NBA logo. Spurs is top tier, right? A. If you're using our old school one, I think we go into S. But yeah, if you just use like the regular San Antonio Spurs one, I think we're A. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Anyways, sorry. Shout out to Sleeper. Go download the stuff. All right, it's in the description. All right, let's take a look at what our coach had to say.
From down 18 in the third quarter, what are some things you guys did to turn that around?
Really picked up the aggressiveness in the second quarter. I think, I don't know if it was the fouls, but we got it really on our heels. And that's a bad team and the worst player maybe, or one of the worst to get on your
And it's in Denver. Sorry.
Heels against, and we felt it in a lot of different ways.
It's very hard to play in Denver. Anyways.
You get chasing your tail a little bit when that happens. I thought we did a great job of just settling in. We were probably going a little too much shot for shot in the third quarter, but they made some shots. And then I think we just sustained that competitiveness and physicality, maybe even turned it up a notch when some of the bench came in. They were phenomenal in the second half.
Thoughts on Devin's performance?
You know, the 18 fourth quarter points are going to be talked about, rightfully so. I thought his defensive activity and getting through screens.
Oh, come on. So him been bad since he started going out with the IG model. Guys, don't do that. We don't do that over here, okay? We're not going to psychoanalyze somebody being in a relationship. Like, come on. Does that happen to you? Like, you get into a relationship and then all of a sudden you go to work and you accidentally put the burger patty in the deep fryer. Like, does that happen to you? You know, no. Now you no longer know how to make a McFlurry. No, there could be other factors going on. There could be other factors. Come on, let's not do that.
And resisting.
It's also like almost blaming her for it. like she got his mind off basketball. You don't know that. Let him have his girlfriend. Okay, she's very pretty. Let him have a pretty girlfriend. All right. He can have that. He can have a relationship. Gosh, it's the reason why so many NBA players hide their lives. Like, that's not that big a deal. If it's other stuff going on, we got some Ja Morant stuff going on, then I'll be with you guys. But not a girlfriend. Come on.
It was just as impressive, and it's something that he's shown, and we're gonna keep forcing him to give us more of it because he's capable.
We talked about it.
KJ deserves his flowers this game. He deserves all the flowers in the entire world. After I get off live, I'm going to pick some flowers just for KJ. Real talk. He was awesome tonight.
Before, but like his over time in his career, just the various roles he's had to adjust to. How do you think he's kind of found his niche now?
You know, it's so hard to do that. In my opinion, I have never had to do that, obviously, in the NBA, but just to be able to not recreate, but continue to tweak your role, your puzzle piece based on what the puzzle calls upon. It's not easy, especially as a young player, especially when you don't necessarily come into a winning situation where it's clear and you see the objective or the goal. And I think it's so impressive that he's been able to do it, and he's becoming a winning player, and he's done it, and he needs to do it more. And We got our arm around him and our foot up his backside.
Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about right now? I missed the name. Are we talking about Harper? Who are we talking about?
To continue to do it because he's shown it, and he's a difference maker for us when he does do that.
It's a complex coaching approach. Juju was super aggressive tonight.
Dio, stop, bro. I ain't saying that out loud. That's funny, though.
Got off the line 10 times. He's had a few of these games where he's just been kind of just like nose down, straight to the rack as much as possible while still launching from threes. What have you seen out of his aggressiveness lately?
Yeah, I think, the 10 free throws is phenomenal. I think the rebounding for him and Keldon is a lot of times also a reflection of that aggressiveness and physicality. 10 rebounds, 3 offensive, and, he still got 9 threes up, which typically means whether he was getting fouls, crashing to the boards, getting out in transition, or they're running him off the 3. But the way that, Denver likes to protect the paint, we knew we'd have to get some paint touches, but a lot of times that was going to be spray out or kick out. So our teammates thought we did a really good job of that, especially when we settled in and played out of our defense.
The average only took 10 shots tonight. It's pretty hard to keep him down to that level of frequency. What from going for it, and especially with Sochan just trying to find roles for him, how good was it to have him be effective defensively as a small ball 5?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, look, see, you guys sure do joke around a lot. Even the reporter noticed it. Sochan's defense. Why isn't he talking about Sochan's screens and assists? Shut up. Those were important. It really helped the third quarter, bro. Everybody had a piece of this pie. We can't, after the game, just look at stats and be like, this player had this points, this player had that. This is the type of game where it was a complete team win. Everybody I can point to had a play in there. It reminds me of the winning Spurs. Everybody had a play in there where I could point to, or maybe a stretch in there that I could point to and say, that helped us. When the Nuggets were pretty far ahead and we narrowed the lead, Sochan was a part of that. He amplified our boy Champagnie, in which he gave him a great screen that ended up resulting in Jamal Murray trying to fight around it, end up fouling Champagnie, and that happened twice. And then it was another screen that helped Champagnie get a open floater, and then it was a great pass to Dylan Harper for a shot. And down that stretch, he was also playing good defense. So it helped. It helped. Everybody had a piece of it. I'm not saying he won the game for us, but he did a good job. All right? Exactly, Brandon. Everyone chipped in this game. Awesome team win. Everyone chipped in. That's not discrediting. There's not one player on this team I think we should be fully discrediting. Okay? This is a full team win. Everybody had a piece of it.
Keep him down to that level of frequency. What from going for it, and especially with Sochan just trying to find roles for him, how good was it to have him be effective defensively as a small ball 5?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I have to watch it back if anything went well. You just are trying to give him different looks. You're trying to take up space, and you're trying to at least dictate a little bit of either where he catches it or where the ball goes once he gets it. He's phenomenal, and I thought, again, in the second half, Jeremy, you mentioned, Carter Bryant had him for a couple minutes. HB, I thought we did a really good job of just, again, fighting. And then once that first guy was fighting whatever look we were.
I know love for Carter Bryant. I don't know. You're not talking about me. I gave him love in the other segment, but yeah, I mean he was good too.
Giving them or they were giving us. I thought the next guy and the team behind that first guy did a really good job, which is all you got against a player that good.
And you've had now you're able to still advance without him, and it seems like the team is kind of finding an identity more consistently now without him. How do you feel seeing the team kind of find a flow without a guy that things have been running through, and then how do you feel like he, I guess, not fits back into it, but how does that continue while he comes back eventually?
Yeah, I think a little bit of that too is this group has just had a little bit of time together finally. We had a lot of guys in and out. So
True.
Victor's obviously the biggest puzzle piece, but we've had guys in and out all year. So as you have the constant revolving door, the continuity, the chemistry, the execution's hard to find. And it feels like this group is kind of settled in for a short amount of time. We'll be very happy when Victor, Steph, and Jordan is back. It's been great to get Dylan back in the fold. I thought he had some great minutes tonight as well. And it's just something we want to continue to keep building upon and to, as you said, kind of growing our identity and playing to it.
How you feeling about it?
Now that we beat the Nuggets, I'm with you guys. Then you said the Timber Puppies. Yeah, you can call them whatever you want. I'm ready.
Clinching Group C, pretty tough group.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, other than, the guys are really excited about it. I know we're in because we won. I know we beat some really good teams to do it, as you said, so we feel really good about it. And I guess we'll find out probably tomorrow who we play, and there'll be 2 more really good teams. And we'll just kind of try to keep pushing this thing forward and getting better.
All right. Great stuff. Make me excited. Let's go. All right. Lastly, all right, chat. Lastly, but not least, we got to listen to what Julian Champagnie had to say, okay? He did a phenomenal job tonight. I really think he might have unironically the best contract in the NBA. He makes $3. I don't know if you guys knew this. He makes $3 a game. You make more at your job than Julian Champagnie makes at his, and yeah, he's been really great for us. Before we do that, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested at all in daily fantasy sports, go check out Sleeper. All you have to do, you go over to the pick section here. You go over to the NBA section. We don't care about the NFL, right? And then you just make your picks, right? Really simple stuff. Let's see. We got Trey Murphy over 18. I can roll with that. Last game was kind of an anomaly for him. You got Draymond Green, more than 5. Yeah. He'll be okay. Yeah, so you just do that. You put in your entry, try to make yourself some money. But if you use the promo code CLAN, you'll get 100% match up to $100. So go check that out, guys, over at Sleeper. All right, let's take a look. Take a look at what our boy has to say here. There we go.
140 to go or so. What did you guys see down the last minute 40 that brought it home for you?
Stops and Devin Vassell.
In that order?
Really, it really gets as simple as that. I mean,
pouring honey on my
the main
goats.
thing was that we got stops. That was the biggest part of it. If they don't score and we don't score, it's tied. We go in overtime. Live and fight a couple more minutes. But I think we got stops. We came down. We executed, and we capitalized on their mistakes.
Thanks for the super chat,
That's
Rabbit.
what it came down to. Simple as that.
What are your thoughts on clinching Group C? Pretty tough group.
Yeah, I mean, maturity. I think it shows some maturity. Obviously, we're still a young group, still figuring our ways out. Obviously, we're down 2 of our starters. Not to mention, the big fella, Steph. So I think that for us, it shows that depth and that next step mentality.
You mentioned Dev. Like, how good does that feel for him to knock down those 2 huge shots?
Man.
A couple games like that in a row.
I know it feels good. I mean, he helped us win that last game in Portland. Big part of that game. And then this game, I mean, flowing with the offense, playing his game, doing his thing, and then 2 big threes back to back, put it away. That's what we need from him. That's what we expect of him. And he's that kind of player for us.
I'm not expecting him to shoot 12 for 17 ever again. But if he does, I'll be very happy. But these are the type of games where even if you get, let's say, 4 performances like this in the course of a playoff series, that could be the difference between you going to the next round or not, right? Like if you do it in the first, I don't know, in the first round, right? And then you tie 2-2. You need that, and you do that. You're 3-2. You can go ahead and finish off that series. Like, this is the type of stuff. Like, you don't need him to be the second best. A lot of times you won't even need him to be the third best. But if he's a 4th option, Devin Vassell, that is, he gets to give you a performance like this every now and then. It could be the difference. He could be an X factor in some of these games, and that's what's important. So, like I said before the season, I'm not expecting him to be a consistent threat. That's just not what's going to happen. But this was good. This was really good.
So I'm just happy he got out there and was able to, put on a show for us, honestly.
He's one of those guys, like a lot of you, that had a different role before Vic and De'Aaron and all those guys got here. Had a different role. Like, how difficult is that adjustment?
I mean, for me, I think it's okay. Like, I think I'm fine with it because I know my role on the team. But I think for Dev, it's a little different. Obviously, you go from playing like that and the big fellas, you got to share a little more and do all those kinds of things. But what I will say is that, no matter who it is, no one drops their head on, well, someone's out now, I got to play. And then when they come back, it's a problem. It's never a problem. There's no egos. There's no, I'm the man or I just did this. Why don't? There's none of that in the team, you know. So I think that works out in our favor. Where when it is guys' turn to step up and do that kind of stuff, they're just ready and hungry for it. Yeah.
What's been I guess the key for you lately? You last 3 games, I think you've had double.
Yeah, I mean, just crashing glass. The coaching staff has been honest about the opportunity battle, and then just winning that because that helps us win games. So for me, it's just, you know.
Vic in Vegas. Why is Vic in Vegas? What is he doing? He better be in Texas. He better be in Texas getting ready. By the way, he should be a reevaluate. I gave you guys this news before, but and I don't even know when this will be uploaded, so I guess it probably doesn't matter. But he will be reevaluated on the 29th, so that will be tomorrow. So he'll be reevaluated on the 29th. We'll see if he end up coming back pretty soon after that. If not, if they're like he's still not ready to go, then he'll be reevaluated on the 6th. That's insider info I got. So yeah, keep an eye on that. So Vic could be back pretty soon. We'll see.
As simple as just put your body in there. It's a long game, especially if I'm going to play, 30 minutes right now because guys are out. I can grab 10 rebounds. I could do that, or I can grab a bunch of them, or try to at least. So, I just keep telling myself go in there, be physical, go hit somebody. You never know. Maybe you fall up on one offensive rebound, get a bucket. Makes you feel good. Touch the ball a little bit. So, yeah, it's part of the game.
You're having to fight KJ for some of those rebounds, though.
Yeah, he'd be stealing them. I'm glad somebody's seen that. I'm really glad somebody's seen it because when it's not him, it's Vic. So it's there. It's rough, but.
By the way, somebody brought this up in chat the other day where they were like, he's stealing rebounds. He's stat padding. I like that aggression. Steal the rebound. Ooh, excuse me. Steal it. Take it. Make it yours. Keldon, there's not a lot to Keldon's game, outside of the offensive end where I can sit back and say, oh, yeah, we can lean on that. Like sometimes he can be so bad defensively till it's like if rebounding is something that he could just take hold of, get him in a rhythm, get the team in a rhythm. Hopefully he can make some great passes after him too. But if that's something that he can do and something that he can do to contribute, let him do it. Let him have that role, bro. It's important. Let him have that role. Let other people run down in transition. Let him do his thing. I'm not mad at him stealing rebounds. Steal everybody's rebounds. Steal Wemby's rebounds. Steal Champagne's rebounds. Steal Fox rebounds. Steal everyone's rebounds. It's yours. It's nobody else. It's not your teammates. It's yours. Take it. I like him having that mentality. Anyways, Spurs going to Vegas. My sources. You guys are scaring me. What are you talking about? What are we doing? Are you talking about for the Spurs have to beat the Lakers to head to Vegas? What are we talking? Is this the cup stuff? I don't know how the cup works. Guys. I remember I tried to look into it once, and then I just have bad attention or attention span. I just gave up. How does this work? Which one's a cup game? I don't know. We got to beat the Lakers to go to Vegas. I don't know what we're talking about. Wouldn't the cup game be pretty soon? I don't know. By the way, we could see Wemby back. I was looking at the schedule here. I wouldn't be surprised if Wemby come back this game. Or maybe even this game. Maybe he comes back December 2nd. They sit him out for the 3rd for the back-to-back. And then he's back in the 5th, or vice versa. He's back in Orlando. And then, or actually, that would make a little bit more sense if they just let him play on the 3rd and then he's just on the road with them. Because they will reevaluate him on the 6th anyways. But if he's good to go by the 29th, they might just wait and then just say, all right, we'll play you in a couple games. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm putting my money on. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But with the Spurs continuing to win, it's totally fine. Spurs clinch their group. I don't even know what group mean. I don't know. We compete, right? We're competing for a championship, I guess. I don't know. Watch the Devin interview. Maybe next time. I gotta actually go. I actually gotta go. I'll take a look at it when we play next. Sunday? What's today? Saturday. I might not even look at it. I'll look at it on my own. If anything stands out to it, I'll post about it. All right, guys. I'm getting off. That was a good segment. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later, okay? I got to go. All right. Much love. Bye. Everyone have a great night. This was an awesome win. We are awesome. We are great. We're going to win it all. Yeah, you guys have a great one too. You have